Breaking news, Hogwarts Legacy will not, I repeat, will not be getting DLC. My name is Codiak, this is Legacy Gaming, and today, we've got a lot to unpack. Yes, you heard me right. Hogwarts Legacy, one of the best-selling games of the modern era, will not receive DLC. At least, that's not the plan, according to Alan Tu, the game's director. In a recent interview with IGN, when asked the question if the game would release any expansion, Tu replied with, "We've been really heads down bringing Hogwarts Legacy to life, so at the moment, there are no current plans for DLC." Now this is honestly a little shocking, but not entirely surprising. As a team that's played the game for well over 150 hours combined, it was pretty clear to us that development had to stay laser focused on releasing a solid game at launch, and minus some PC performance issues, the team did just that. It's clear there are aspects of the game that didn't make the final cut, such as Quidditch, something we knew the team initially started development on before pulling the plug as scope creep began to set in. It's also obvious that stealth mechanics was initially a much bigger part of the game. We get a glimpse of that in the Caretaker's Lunar Lament quest, where we have to sneak around, avoid prefects and professors. That small glimpse into a stealth loop within the game is just one of 2 times that system is actually utilized before completely being abandoned. It's there for a moment, then forgotten about a few minutes later. It's noticeable, but that doesn't detract from the fact that Hogwarts Legacy is a great game. The team just released their accolades trailer, and across the board, save for a few bogus reviews that put politics ahead of games, the Portkey Games team absolutely smashed this out of the park. That's why the news of no DLC is really quite shocking, but I don't think this is the end of the story, and to really understand that, you just need to look at a few headlines surrounding the success of the game. This was posted a month before the game's release. Hogwarts Legacy is already the #1 selling game on Steam and PS5 #2 on Xbox. Now, this headline was posted on February 14th post-launch. Hogwarts Legacy is the top 4 best-selling games on Steam, hitting new peak player count. Posted on February 16th were these 2 headlines. Hogwarts Legacy first week digital sales in Europe were 56% bigger than Elden Ring. Hogwarts Legacy debuts at top of Japanese sales chart. The stories of the game's success are easy to find, and if there's one thing we know about how the video game world works, money often dictates what happens next. A franchise becomes a success, 3 subsequent sequels are ordered on the spot and enter the production pipeline. In this case, I think the numbers tell the story, and while Tu's transparency comes off as genuine, it's hard to imagine this is the end of the Hogwarts Legacy story. In fact, fans of the game have already started to extend the longevity of the adventure with the introduction of mods. Of course, this is really a PC-only avenue, but it's mods and mod makers that have helped other single-player games like Skyrim stay popular for so long. There's actually a small list of modders who have already released a handful of mainly quality-of-life content for players to tap into. The most notable mod in development is by Together Team, the group of modders that created Skyrim Together, a popular multiplayer mod. They've already released some work-in-progress videos and assure players that Hogwarts Legacy will have multiplayer capabilities in the not-too-distant future. This is just the beginning of the creativity that will no doubt evolve the Hogwarts Legacy experience, and while players are focused on this fan-created content, I'm nearly certain the team will get to work on creating new official content. Looking back at Tu's quote, the words "at the moment" are what really sticks out. Sure, they aren't actively working on anything right now, but that doesn't mean DLC is off the table. With both fan success and sales success, it's only logical to keep building upon the world they've created. There are obviously small things like expanding the list of creatures in the vivarium, adding more cosmetics and room of requirement decorations to the game, but there are also more meaningful ways the game can continue to evolve, such as adding new storylines, the introduction of new systems like Quidditch, the potential for new minigames. The list is nearly endless in this largely untapped universe. It all begs the question, if you had the team's attention and could request any one new thing to be implemented into the game, what would it be? Dream big and let us know in the comments of this video. You never know who might be watching. If you are curious what content I'd be interested in, well, it's hard for me to pick just one thing, and it kind of falls along different points of a spectrum. On the more quality of life side of things, I'd say the gearing system could undergo a huge rework. Right now, the system is simple and lifeless and doesn't really add a whole lot of value to the player experience. Everything is tied to passive stat boost, and quite honestly, that's boring. I would love to see gear sets, or even gear that just adds different quirky effects to the gameplay. You know, magical stuff. In terms of a big piece of content, pie in the sky type of stuff, I'd have to say an expansion built around the Triwizard Tournament. Now, the cool thing is the event was canceled sometime in the 18th century, so in Hogwarts Legacy, you could frame the entire thing around trying to reboot the tournament. Tie it to some absolutely traumatic event right at the end, and boom, you've got yourself a narrative that practically writes itself, cementing the Triwizard Tournament as this incredibly dangerous event that doesn't get revived until the events of the books in the late 20th century. There's just so much room for creative freedom within the Triwizard Tournament that I think the team could develop some incredible moments for fans. So while the news of no DLC is sad, I think it's safe to assume this is not the end of Hogwarts Legacy. See what I did there? In all seriousness, this game is fantastic and easily one of the best open-world RPGs we've played in quite some time. There's so much room for growth within the story, systems, and world, and while the team was clearly focused on having the best launch possible, after a much-deserved break post-launch, I have no doubt the next chapter of this game will begin to unfold. Let's check back in a few months from now and see if I'm right. Anyways, friends, I hope you all have enjoyed our coverage of Hogwarts Legacy. If you appreciate videos like this that get straight to the point, save you time, and you want more Hogwarts Legacy in your feeds, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up, and consider subscribing. Legacy Gaming still has more planned for Hogwarts Legacy, so stick around so you never miss a new video. I also want to invite you to join the Legacy Gaming community on Discord. We recently reworked our entire server, so if you're looking for a place to hang out, win free prizes, talk about great games like Hogwarts Legacy, and group up with friends, check out the link in the description below. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.